Have you ever frozen during a coding interview? That moment when your algorithm isn't working and you can't figure out why? I've been there, and today I'm going to explain why debugging is so hard during interviews and give you practical strategies to overcome this challenge. In regular development, we spend up to 50% of our time debugging. But in interviews, this critical skill suddenly becomes nearly impossible. Why? First, there's the environment. No IDE, no compiler, just you and a whiteboard or a basic text editor. All those tools you rely on daily, breakpoints, variable inspection, print statements, gone. Second, there's the pressure. Your future job depends on this. Your interviewer is watching every move. Your brain is in fight or flight mode, not problem-solving mode. Third, there's time. You have 30, 45 minutes to solve a problem that might normally take hours. So how do we fix this? Let me share my 5-step mental debugging framework that's helped me and countless students land jobs at top tech companies. Step 1. Write test cases first. Before you write a single line of code, write 5 test cases including edge cases. For example, if you're solving a string problem, test with a normal string, test with an empty string, test with a single character, test with repeated characters, test with special characters if relevant. When something goes wrong, don't immediately change your code. Instead, trace through the algorithm step by step with one of your test cases. Take a small input and walk through your algorithm line by line, writing down variable values at each step. This simulates what a debugger would show you. Bugs often come from incorrect assumptions. Ask yourself, what am I assuming about the input? What am I assuming about how this data structure behaves? What am I assuming about the problem constraints? Verbalize these assumptions to your interviewer. I'm assuming the input array is always sorted. Is that correct? If you can't find the bug, divide your code into smaller sections and test each part separately. For recursive functions or complex algorithms, verify that each component works before combining them. If you're still stuck, don't spiral into making random changes. Take a deep breath and consider, can I solve a simpler version of this problem first? Is there a more straightforward approach I can take? Can I start fresh with a cleaner implementation? Use print statement comments, talk through your debugging, create visual aids, and ask clarifying questions to make your thought process clear to the interviewer. The key to mastering interview debugging is practice. Solve problems without running your code, trace algorithms by hand on paper, have a friend introduce bugs into your solutions and practice finding them, time yourself. Finding bugs to simulate pressure. The ability to debug without tools is a superpower in coding interviews. By preparing with the right mental framework and techniques, you transform a weakness into a strength.